What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. In these videos, you can learn where Bitcoin might be moving next and learn technical analysis in the process. We got a special all-time high edition for you today, as Bitcoin is currently pushing above 65K. We're trading a little bit below that right now, but we did push above 65K already. Let's start off just analyzing what we have here in the weekly time frame. So we still have a bull trend here intact on the weekly time frame with higher lows and higher highs, and we're looking to continue that trend over the next week or so. And what we want to see this week is an increase in bull volume past the previous week if we are a bull. So we've already set a higher high. We know that because we're above this one. But we now want to see the volume follow through and see us increase in bull volume as we increase and appreciate in price a bit more. The R3 weekly pivot is the resistance level that we're currently operating near. This is right around 63.1. 63.1 is roughly, well, it's 63.1, 63.2, wherever you kind of look at the line, depending on if you zoom in or not. But this is telling us on the high time frame that our high time frame bias is bullish. So then what we can do is we can go down to a lower term time frame. We can go to the daily time frame. We could say, all right, what does the daily time frame look like? When we're thinking about making an entry, when I'm thinking about making an entry, I'm always thinking about what is my high time frame bias, and then I go down from there to make a short-term entry. So if I'm thinking about the weekly being bullish, then I can look at the daily time frame and say, all right, what do we have going on here? So the first thing that we have is this ascending triangle pattern right here, and this is where the price is making higher lows, and then consolidating around a horizontal resistance zone, and does not break through it until right here we get a clear breakthrough with an increase in bull volume. So this is a clear breakout of this pattern, and what that's telling us is if this pattern ends up actually playing out, what you can do to measure where the price target is for this bullish pattern is you take it down from the lowest low that started the pattern up to the horizontal resistance level, which is roughly 17K. If we pull this up 17K from there, that takes us to about 77.2. So that's a pretty decent ways away from where price is now. I know it seems absurd now, but usually at the ends of runs, and I want to point this out because it's very important to recognize, at the ends of runs when you get this crazy run up where you can, if you were to draw like a curved line up, it's just parabolic rise in price. This was like a consolidation accumulation period where the bulls were still buying Bitcoin, and then they're pushing it just for that last, in my opinion, this is going to be the last like big push up, and then maybe we top out somewhere around like the 70 to 80K range. If we go higher than that, that's pretty crazy. Maybe the R4 might be the ultimate top, up at about 80. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see what ends up happening. It's very difficult to time tops, and it's not really important to do so. You really just want to make sure that you're catching most of the moves and then taking profits as you go. So if we look at the daily time frame, like we were talking about, we talked about this entry down here, this gray box, and that was this white candle back from March 23rd. And we talked about going long there. I did in fact go long there, and that trade is up about 16.5% over the past few days. So we can see that trade that we were waiting for quite some time. We were talking about this back here in March, the end of March. So it took quite some time. Like in this range, I was getting like, all right, well, when are we gonna get this? So we ended up finally getting it, and luckily it has paid off very well so far. I'm still ultimately targeting the roughly 70K level, and that's because of this inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, where we have our left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and the target for that is from the head to the neckline. And if we measure up from the neckline, it gives us right around this price, which is roughly 69,867. So that's where I'm looking to sell. If we go higher than that, that's totally fine. But I will probably sell my position there, just because at that point that will have been an appreciation of about 25%. So that's pretty good. And then if we get some sort of consolidation where there's another buying opportunity that, in this range, then I definitely will, assess that when the time comes. But our most immediate daily resistance level is this level right here, which is about 65.5. I will take some profits there, which will be roughly about 17.5% up from entry. Now, if we go down to the lower term time frames here, let's go to the 8-hour time frame. Take this off for a second. So we can see, why did the price start to appreciate right here? Why did we get a breakout? And this is important to break down because it gives us an indication of how using the RSI can be helpful for you. So what we saw here is we have a low, and then right here, this low is higher than this one, okay? So we have a higher low. It's very simple price action, right? But then if you look at the RSI, we have a lower low in the RSI. Now, what is that telling us? This is what we would call a hidden bullish divergence. And so this is telling us that this drawdown in price has more strength than this drawdown. And so we have more bullish strength, that is. So we have more buying pressure. And so as soon as this inside bar right here gets broken by this candle, that is your entry if you're going to be playing this hidden bullish divergence. And then you can see from there we went up pretty significantly already. And then right now we're trying to form our first higher low in comparison to this one before potentially continuing higher. And so when you're looking at the RSI, looking for divergences is one of the things that you can do to try and set yourself up for success and give yourself the best probability of getting a winning trade and getting a good entry. Because when we start to see the hidden bullish divergence, we know that, okay, the price came down again right here, but it wasn't a very strong push down in price. It was a pretty weak push down. And so then people were going short with their stop losses above here. So then the other reason why we see this big white candle right here is because stop losses got triggered above these highs. And so because the stop losses got triggered, it pushed up the price significantly. And now that helped fuel this breakout. And once you get the breakout, the whales, the bullish whales, they needed that breakout and this daily candle to really signify that this pattern is broken out, both the inverse head and shoulders as well as the ascending triangle. And now the pattern and the bullishness of the market should just take the price up to where it needs to go if you're bullish. So if we're looking at let's go to the 4-hour time frame real quick and talk about the support level that we're currently operating near, and that's this black candle right here. Grab our magnet. So this support level, you can see what happened here. So we know the reason why we know it's a support level is because we came up, we formed a high, we came down, we broke the low of this candle right here with this candle, and then subsequently we rose in price and closed 2 candles above this right here, this candle and then this subsequent candle right here. And so when we came back and tested this level right here, and you can see right now we're also testing it again. Well, I guess it would still count as the first test because we haven't officially formed a low yet. This test of this zone, what we're seeing is this was a local high right here. You can see the tops of these 2 bodies of candles. And so once we go up, this is a confirmed 4-hour bull trend with a low, high, higher low, higher high. So now we're seeing the price push down. We might be pushing down to grab some stop losses below this low or this low. depending on, how it goes, or maybe both. And then maybe we go up from there. So we'll see what we end up getting in the coming hours. But something to watch is the 8-hour time frame, because on the 8-hour time frame, this just looks like a regular, push down in price. It's not really too concerning, in my opinion. I'm not concerned with it. The reason for that is because if we look at like the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud, we're in good position here. So we have the Tenkin above the Kijun, both of those above the cloud. The cloud is green, and then price above both of these as well. And so this is the most bullish pattern, and this became valid right here once the Tenkin crossed above the Kijun, the blue crossed above the red line, and then this signifies we're in a bullish situation. So far, we've appreciated in price, but we'll see if we can continue to appreciate, into the coming days. This is, these targets up here, the 69K level, this might take, a bit to get up to. And so the other scenario that could potentially happen here is we could end up forming a local high right here, come back down, test this neckline, and then go up from there. So we'll see if we end up getting a scenario like that. If we do, then I'll probably look to go long down there. But right now, I'm not too concerned with it. It's pretty much regular bullish selling at this point, in my opinion. So that's what we got right now for Bitcoin. I hope that was helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future Bitcoin market updates, as well as educational content around cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And until next time, onward and upward.